judges are away. But I flinch and a spasm and I feel withdrawn.
My name is Chen Ling and I work for Chandlerdale Exports. I'm in charge of maintaining and establishing foreign business relationships, and that includes conducting interracial affairs. I'm also responsible for extending registrations and qualifications before their expiration date. I'm a Taiwanese girl and I love brand names.
Hi, I'm Cliff Knoll. I work for Chandlerdale Exports. I've managed Chandlerdale Exports long-haul logistical operations. Before I worked for Chandlerdale Exports, I managed a pub on a cruise liner. The experience in travelling long distances regularly accounted for the reasoning in Company Director William Knoll's choice when appointing me to this position. William Knoll and I share something in common. It's our last name. Some people think we're brothers, but it's merely a coincidence.
My name is Erin Grass-Forbes and I'm in charge of analysing supply and demand. I'm responsible for measuring the supply of product that we can deliver against the volume of demand of said product. After completing the aforementioned measuring, I am able to come up with a ratio. That ratio will be displayed on the bulletin board in the corridor that connects our offices. We will draw inspiration from the ratio that I put up on the bulletin board in order to work harder than the optimum level that we would work without the ratio that I put up on the bulletin board.
Nam Hong. Sorry, I haven't introduced myself. William Noel. Yeah, we appreciate you making the effort to get down here. Crossing the equator and coming all that way. So you're really from Seoul?
I am from Seoul.
Nam Hong, I can tell by the flow of our conversation that it's gelling into a list of pertinent ideas why I hired you. Now, I can understand why a Korean might want to come to Australia, want to move to Australia, but especially one of its more iconic cities, like Sydney, with its bridge, opera house. But you didn't. You're in Melbourne. And I suppose it's not unreasonable to assume that we won't want to learn your language. But the misfortunate thing is that we are predominantly English speakers. Especially the white ones, like me. It's just that I find it interesting that someone from the wider world would find the prospect of coming to Melbourne attractive at all. So, what is your opinion?
I like to grade cities on how big they are. Seoul and Tokyo are a couple that earn my praise, but I do find that Melbourne is an important part of Australia's urban landmass. But I still think Melbourne pales in comparison to Seoul.
Persuasive techniques are like power lines. When they're set up correctly, they're tight and rigid, straight to the point. Otherwise, they sag in the summer heat. There's this bloke came to see me the other day, claimed he was from some government authority or other. Probably was, judging by the way he spoke. But I couldn't understand him at all. Couldn't pay attention. I asked you your opinion of Melbourne, and you gave it to me in clear, geographical terms. And I learned something about Korea.
Free of charge.
I haven't learned anything for ages. I've been cooped up in this office, trying to keep this company going.
Have I said anything about white Asians yet?
Nah. Don't be too concerned about retracing on the statements or topics that you've already encroached upon. Australians do it all the time. What's the difference between here and Seoul?
An hour?
Even my secretary. She will show you to your new office and answer any questions you might have. Even's from Beijing. We're not racist here. Not within these walls. Nam Hong. It's an honour to have you aboard here as head of security at Chandlerdale Exports. Welcome to Australia.
this is your new office. In this room, counselors like to kill themselves. Well, there's television. If you like, you can watch in foreign channel, see some images from Korean. The floor has sunk because of fuckways. All right. So I guess you have to supply your own. If you need help, bring it up here. The major has contacts. That's it. Thank you for accepting your rules. Have a nice day.
A room. With chairs and stage. There's a mic stand on the stage. Metal pole that they use to hold up a mic. It's on a stage. To the side there's a bar with bottles. There's no one there. But there might be later. I've got the evidence. You think that this is all there is? You think it's just me? Got evidence. And what? You think this isn't anything? You think it's just empty? Flailing, falling, rolling around, on top of them, under them, throwing. On the stage, you kick it, that stand, kick it. Like, there he goes, smashing the chairs, knocking over tables. Look, what's he? He's fighting something, fighting himself. Look, crawling over him. I mean, another table. What's he looking for? He'll come back in, you watch it. It's like, there he is, look. He's going to just smash a few more now, watch it. Yeah.
I've been thinking that when I introduce you to everyone in the office today, it'll be a good opportunity to maybe go over some general security issues. Anyway, we'll discuss it when you get here. When do you think you'll be in?
20 minutes.
Okay, we'll see you then. Morning, everyone.
Nam Hong. As you've all probably no doubt read on the bulletin boards, I've scheduled this morning's meeting to give our new head of security, Nam Hong, a chance to brief us all on his new measures that he has in store for us for ensuring our safety here at Chandlerdale. I have the utmost confidence in Nam Hong, carrying himself as a beacon of security. But he can't be everywhere at once. I'd like you to all give him your utmost attention. Security is everyone's responsibility, not just Nam Hong's.
Thank you, William Knoll. It's important to keep calm under pressure.
Cereal grains.
Yeah, one of the nightmares we have to deal with in the export industry is the sheer lightness of processed cereals.
Yeah, it's really easy to smuggle into other countries on planes and ships because the authorities just don't even notice the weight difference.
Or even on the roof of trains. It could just be a case of interstate smuggling. It's much harder to smuggle weapons-grade uranium than it is cereal.
Yeah, uranium's real heavy.
What do we do if someone finds their way into our offices and starts a ruckus?
What if it's an Asian?
What about like a South American?
You could take it on as your responsibility to let them know, excuse me, sir, but your frame of mind isn't really suitable for our working conditions.
Music! again!
Chandlerdale Exports, Melbourne-based international export company. At Chandlerdale Exports, we assume full responsibility in ensuring that merchandise is delivered in a timely and efficient manner. There's a mode of delivery within the industry, wherein when a product leaves point A and reaches point B, it be by the fastest possible route. Curve your line. Security is an issue we take very seriously at Chandlerdale Exports. We only hire the finest people for the job, like Nam Hong from Seoul, Carew. We are a multicultural team here at Chandlerdale Exports.
Memory's not too good, but I'm sure there's pricks in Korea or some. Doesn't compare. The first one. What do you call female? Come forward.
Side down. Thank you.
She's done this before. I'm impressed. Next.
Okay, from home, please. Nice. Side down. Thank you.
Fucking pricks.
What's this? Oh, what's that? What are we looking at? Tuk-tuks? Must be raining. Seoul, I suppose. Must be Seoul. Koreans. Korean cars. Korean girls. Bikes. Bridge. Drain. Drains. Rains and drains. I don't know what's this, what's going on. Hey, it's Nam Hong. Nam Hong's world, I suppose. It's the wider world. The wider Korean world. Oh yeah? Vertical, horizontal escalator. There's Nam Hong. What you doing? What you doing? Basking. Hey? What's this? Basking in the rain. Hey? Yeah, I don't think the Koreans like that much. Hey, who's this guy? Gee, I don't know either. How am I supposed to know? The bloody Koreans don't know. I have to say it's quite fucked. Is this bloke fucked? He's on the ground. What is he, a rock star? Footpath rock star? No one's there, mate. There's no one there. He's on his back. Jeez. Don't know about that.
Plain but simple.
A breach in a security is different from mistake. What is the difference between mistake and an error? Errors always happen whether you like it or not. Like the saying goes, you learn through trial and error. But mistake is different. Like the saying goes, it would be a mistake not to heed my advice. And my advice is beneficial to the market value of new off-the-shelf product by Nosora Security, sponsored by Chandlerdale Exports. I'm of course talking about Nosora Security's security box. its sturdiness and symmetrical frame, you would hard-pressed to find a location that makes this security box look out of place in this modern time. Perhaps the noteworthy feature of this product is to be its versatility. A simplistic design allows for simplistic geometry, and the security box simplistic design means that effectively utilizes the space. For example, it is perfect for a housing security system. But then you have to consider the elements of surprise, and if it is you and want to be ahead in the game, if you want to keep your company's asset out of the harm's way, if you want to satisfy needs of your company, why don't you invest in security box? It has a variety of useful features. It is composed of 3 open compartments, and because of their different sizes, they come in handy for accommodating different purposes. For example, because of large size of the central compartments, it can fit in twice as many contents than the other compartments. There are also these holes, which are helpful to put the cords through, and something else as well. The security boxes can be ordered with adjustable lids, which can be useful for hiding the content either from top or the side. Not that it's anyone else's business. It is also possible upon special request for your security box to come with 2 hinged enclosure of the central compartments. The bonus of having another hinged enclosure of the central compartments means there is more holding strength in case you want to put something really heavy on top of the security box. I have only just touched the surface with what is possible with no sorrow security box. It's human nature to keep secret, and mankind respect its companies need to secret in order to remain competitive in the marketplace. Why not fortify your business activities by purchasing security box today, for the reason that I already explained. Sponsored by Chandlerdale Exports. Thank you for listening.
Nam Hong. Been trying to get in touch with Even so she can get in touch with you. She's gone, Nam Hong. Vanished without a trace. Even that Chinese herbal relief cream she used to leave around is gone. I think that's got something to do with that security breach yesterday. Do you know anything about that?
What day is it?
Whatever's happened, I've ordered a new secretary. This one's from Japan. I know you two might not get along, but you're going to have to put the past behind you so you can work together as a team. She'll be arriving tomorrow, Arbo. And that's not a moment too soon. We need all the people we can get. I don't know if you know, but as of 0600, Chandlerdale Exports is at war. It's the forces of darkness, they're closing in. This is a red alert operation. Codenamed Operation Falcon's Light. Activities in darkness. Nam Hong, You need to take control of the situation. The darkness is coming. Everyone, it's come to my attention that we are being overcharged by the rail authority for weight discrepancies on our freight trains. Now, details at this point are sketchy, but one thing is certain. Our freight trains are carrying more weight than they are supposed to. It's a minimal weight discrepancy. Some would say negligible. And if it wasn't for the rail authority's tightly knit rules and regulations for having to bill us for, say, the price of a black and white photocopy here or there, we wouldn't even be the wiser. But ladies and gentlemen, we are being overcharged by the rail authority for weight discrepancies. This issue needs to be resolved. Not next week, not tomorrow, today. I've already lost enough sleep for one lifetime. Because of the severity of the situation in Nam Hong, I've tripled your security budget. But it's not all doom and gloom, for we have among us a defector. Whereabouts on our rail network are they planning on loading the next shipment?
I want protection. If they find me, I'm
When do
done
they
for.
plan to strike?
Listen, I put my neck out for you. I need to know if I'm safe.
Listen to me. I need to know why miserable fucking peckerheads like you keep getting squeezed out throughout society like it's some sort of necessity. Then you go and put shit on top of my trains.
Fuck you! Fuck you! I just want guarantee I'll get protection. They'll hunt me down. They'll hunt me down like the bitch I am.
What are they putting on my trains? And what can weigh so fucking little?
You wanna know? You wanna know what it is? Cereal. Cereal. The shit you eat for breakfast, dickhead! Shit, sorry. Shit, sorry. I just want protection. I'll spill the beans, all the beans. I just
Okay,
want...
fuck, okay. That thing you wanted, it's yours. Been allocated in the budget, it's already allocated. It's the tripling of the security budget. It's covering your security. It's a babysitter allowance, I think it's the way it went down in the books. You know, I didn't write it, I'm not the fucking accountant. I'm the company director. I don't run the books. I run the whole fucking place. Chandlerdale Exports. Rotate -90. Monitor 1 on. Yeah, that's the go. Rotate 180. That's good. It's working. Monitor 4 on. Yeah, all right. Rotate negative 90 degrees. That's right. Monitor 2 on. Monitor 3 on.
This time, if we went 10 steps ahead, you look at us, you think, thieves, freeloaders. Where's your ticket? Me? I see a band of brothers and sisters. In this lonely, isolated world, we came together for a purpose. You don't understand. This isn't Asia. This is Australia. In this world, there's so much free space in this world, everyone wants it for themselves. Everyone hates each other. Family is irrelevant. I don't even use Facebook until now. Are you gonna make me feel guilty for making friends here? Chandlerdale Exports, the destroyer of communities. The legal manifestation of narcissism deploys its Green Reaper. A man so evidently out of place, he doesn't even know what he's fighting for.
Where's the train? Why wasn't I notified of this? Phone. If you want a job done properly, do it yourself. Chandlerdale Exports.
How convenient it must be for Chandlerdale Exports. Do you even know whose side you're on? Hey, I'm talking to you.
Chandlerdale Exports!
You like to name your drone?
Fuck. This company, where I'm the director, well, you'd be hard pressed to find another director who wouldn't freeze in the face of these raging currents. It's a legitimate organisation. The only free rides on our raging currents are dead bodies.
Normally this is the most peaceful part of my day. The wind eases my mind, helps me forget how I got here, what am I doing here, stops me thinking. And then when the train stops, it's like waking up. Ah, should have been a doctor, a librarian, pet trainer. I could demonstrate the appropriateness of having my face bothered by others by being helpful in return. Seems like a good choice to make. But then, gone to all the trouble of strapping these boxes, it'd be a shame to waste of time.
Chandlerdale Exports. Chandlerdale Exports. Chandlerdale Exports. Chandlerdale Exports.
Don't look for me.
Chandlerdale Exports. What's going on here? Needed her alive. Chandlerdale Exports!
Who the fuck are you?
I'm here for the interview.
What's going on?
You want to hire a psychologist.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm William Now. Welcome to Chandlerdale Exports.
I know. Your picture is on the emails.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I knew that. Let me show you to my office. Look, this is... They were putting cereal on the fucking trains.
One time I ran into the company director, William Knoll, in the parking lot, and he looked at me as if I were a complete stranger. And I realised because of that how important I am to his company as the foreign relations manager. Because if Knoll can't tell me apart from other Asians, what use is he behind the foreign relations wheel? The Chandlerdale Exports security log contains a text recording relating to that event, which was written by William Knoll himself. It reads, "There is an entry in the record book that describes an encounter I had with my foreign relations manager, Cheng Ling. The encounter is recorded to have taken place in the parking lot, but because of her foreign appearance, I did not recognize her, according to the records. To the untrained eye, a pair of foreigners might be similar of appearance, but as shapes in a jigsaw puzzle, they may not tessellate as well as you think. Being the foreign relations manager means having to be well acquainted with foreigners. And being a foreigner means there is a strong likelihood of having oneself well acquainted with foreign objects. The sum of said components, with the exception of myself, makes up what is commonly referred to as the foreign landscape. Foreigners need not necessarily be looked upon as alien or threatening, or merely silly with funny accents and bizarre clothing. And it's my job to smooth over any of the rough edges in our international relations that can be caused by such a perception. In most cases, foreigners are no different from you and me, with real thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And in regards to the foreign landscape, real value, and more often than not, a real economy. With a large portion of the international community consisting of foreign economies, it is my responsibility to promote the economic viability and maximize economic cooperation with our actual and potential foreign trading partners. In the industry, this responsibility is referred to as keeping your foreigners oiled. This statement is based upon the perception that the international market is a machine in need of maintenance. If there is a fault, the occurrence will need immediate attention in order to contain the hazard to a localized area. There are no pretty flowers to be found on this field trip, only faults, which can lead to corrosion. The cure for the common fault incorporates proven reporting methods, laborious workflows, and persuasive techniques. Not every day wherein the only choice available to you is the requirement of having to engineer yet another solution to yet another unforeseeable obstacle, unless you're doing my job. On a particularly spoiled occasion, I might be presented with multiple faults at once. In the industry, this scenario is referred to as multiple choice faults. Coming back to the business side of things, it should be noted that the most plausible balance sheets consist of numbers that are utilized seemingly without prejudice, as if the push and shove of arithmetic is supposedly more important than goods and services, bread and milk. However, the same lack of prejudice cannot be rationally applied to the balance sheet's wording, in which case the use of mixed languages would likely prove counterproductive to its aim of being interpreted accurately. Let me explain. Let us imagine a hypothetical company adhering to the policies of a hypothetical hermit market economy. There is little reason to doubt that such a company's balance sheet will culminate into an ironic summation of accounting, because the origin of the concept pertaining to such hermit limitations is foreign in itself. If the market horizon is expanded to include, and I'm about to use a term I coined earlier, the foreign landscape, then the goal of surpassing irony in order to achieve profit will eventually display itself as a transnational economic romance, instead of just an interracial wet dream. With the growing prominence of Asia in the global economy, the experience garnered from my cultural heritage in being able to tell Asians apart from each other is not to be taken lightly. Although the sheer existence of tradable goods is measurable in absolute quantities, the mechanisms with which they exchange hands are woven into a dynamic lattice of relative properties, where successful measurement can only be obtained by the demonstration of accurately tuned difference thresholds. This is an argument, and arguments are best supported with hard evidence. This is a framed display of traditional Korean masks. If you look at it closely, you notice that though the immaculately arranged Asian texts look the same, the overall content is composed of more than 3 different languages. And how do I know this? Accurately tuned difference thresholds. If William Knoll can't tell the difference between my Taiwanese self and his Chinese secretary, then the generalizations it will form regarding people of colour will be less refined and less instantaneous than my generalizations.
It just makes such a big difference.
At what station are they going to unload the cereal?
Go fuck yourself.
Have you ever wanted a centrifuge that can separate truth from bullshit? I've heard of a company called Chandlerdale Exports. They might be able to help you out.
Okay.
I think there'll be a lot of sort of under the table demand for this product. I'm looking into ways of getting the word out using alternative channels. I'm thinking that a sort of grassroots word of mouth marketing campaign is in order. We could find recruits with highly questionable credibility so that authorities will less likely to put a spotlight on our activities. Or we could use bums. Are there bums in Korea?
There are people who try to sell things on the Seoul subway. Things that nobody'd want to buy. Maybe that's what you're looking for?
I'm listening. What are we going to call this campaign?
Seoul security. Seoul security. Hello?
Hello, is it you?
Yes, it's me.
Johns?
Yes.
This operation is drawing too much heat. I'm making an executive decision. I'm shutting it down.
You did this on purpose.
He's got the phone happening again. He could give away your position.
This fucking box man spinning around.
The yellow pages gives away a position. He's probably calling his mum.
We can't take that chance. He could be organizing a counter-strike. We had to do something.
The falcon has left the nest. Repeat, the falcon has left the nest.
Location, I mean, some fucking, I don't know.
Oh, Jesus, I hear traffic out. Fucking all evil. Ow! Hurry up, I'm running out of time. Oh, fuck. What the fuck? I need some fucking help. Damn it, I'm getting asthma. Fucking alcohol. This is disgraceful.
He's like a fucking armored spinning raccoon. There's nothing we can do.
No sorrow, Namhang. We have to take control of the situation.
No sorrow. What's this about? What's this thing do? You get this one.
Send some money back home. No better way to kill a few dollars.
You're in the driver's seat, and you could have
noticed? Hey, what's this about? Can't you see some stuff going on here?
Don't mind us, we're just doing our job.
Why are you bringing this stuff all the way up here? Just take it outside.
We are taking it outside.
This is 2 stories up.
Right, we've got a skip organised and we just right to the door. It's the best way.
We are kind of in the middle of something. Can't you use the normal building entrance?
Well, we've got a time frame to here too. If you want us to change our strategy, it's going to put on overtime and there goes your budget.
Below my budget.
What cunt? Pissing at your ass. What a selection of Asian porn do.
All right, go ahead.
Girlfriend's Japanese. Removalists? What the fuck is this?
Did you make a call to get some stuff you moved?
Maybe. But, no, you guys are for real.
Mate, we don't know what's going on here. We're just trying to do our job.
What do you think if I do this? Nemok! Nemok! So you don't mind? Just one more step. One more step!
Honestly, I don't know what's going on here, but we didn't come here to watch a bloke get beaten to death.
Violence is wrong.
Just settle down. Just settle down.
Expecting someone? Some more of those cunts to let in? What's their plan? Guarantee ya, behind that door, there's a fucking torrent of those cunts. The whole plan was to come up here disguised as removalists and let more of their bodies in.
Let's just settle down.
Look, it's been a long day. I'm sick of this shit. Come on, open it. Come on.
No.
Look, nah, mate. We're ready. We're ready for it. We're ready for it. Come on. Cuts. Go on.
I know I shouldn't probably come in yet, but I saw this bird and...
You promised protection! Protection! Protection!
Come on, protection!
You promised
Protection now!
protection! Protection was your promise! Protection! 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 You promised protection! You promised me protection! 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 You promised me protection! 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 You promised protection! You promised me protection! You protection! 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 You promised me protection! You promised You promised protection! Protection! You promised protection! You promised protection! You promised me protection! Protection! You promised me protection. Protection.
Violence is wrong.
Protection. Protection. You promised me protection. You promised protection. You promised protection. Protection. You promised me protection. You promised protection. Protection was your promise. You promised protection. Protection.
Violence is wrong.
You promised me protection. Protection. You promised protection. 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 You promised me protection. You promised protection. Protection. You promised me protection. You promised protection. 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 You promised protection. You promised protection. You promised protection.
You see this chaos? This insanity? This is what happens when you let Koreans run amok. You're Japanese, you should know better.
Talking about Asians and talking to Asians are completely different things. I'm not sure you're ready to combine the two.
Speaking of the lowly ones, maybe I've got time to squeeze out another wank. Just stay there like that. That's what I'm more familiar with.
Fucking cunt.
He's dead.
Could have been worse. Could have died at birth. I was drinking whiskey. He was drinking. Now he stopped.
There's always sugary men, and the canaries aren't pulsing with fear. I see the windshields roving when I'm bored. Emerging bandage bliss because of rising C major. It's all around our buoyant selves. Cut and paste support, passing noon without harassment. Only warm candies are thinking about trouble. We did it.
Let me